Hello, I'm Brian Fox. Welcome to I Hate Rock Music. Today I want to talk about another insane German proto-metal band, this time Harry Chapter. And it's really pretty cool that there's so many great hard rock bands that came out of Germany in the early 70s. Silberbart and Blackwater Park and Night Sun are all incredible, and Harry Chapter's right up there with them, one of the more unhinged, although Night Sun still to me is about as frenzied as they get. But Harry Chapter are really a great band. They existed from 1969 to 1971, although some say that the band actually lasted until 1973. But we managed to get two albums out of them, which is unusual. There's actually a third album, if you count the 1969 record called Electric Sounds for Dancing by the Chaparral Electric Sound Incorporated, and that one is definitely more of a standard blues record, although there's points in it that kind of hint at where they're heading. So the band was Rudy Hobbold on drums, Rudolf Oldenburg on bass, Harry Unta on vocals, and Harry Tittlebach on guitar. And they released their first album on the obscure op label in Germany called Eyes in 1970, and then in 1971 they followed it up with Can't Get Through, and Dieter Dierks produced the second one, and it appeared on a major label, Bacillus. But they're really great. It's kind of funny that a lot of reviewers describe the Eyes album in 1970 is more of a standard blues rock album, but I think it's just as insane as the first record. Really great guitar work, really interesting arrangements, and of course Harry Unta's manic vocals. And they really took it to the extreme on 1971's Can't Get Through. It starts off with a couple of almost songs, including one led by a bass solo, but then they get into the meat and potatoes, and it's pretty crazed. Songs, if you can call them songs, are very loosely put together and go through a lot of transformations and are marked um, by the incredible guitar of Harry Tittlebach. And having it recorded so well just adds to the strength of it. And both albums feature a lot of overdubs on guitar, and they're double tracked, and so they're pretty powerful. But uh, Harry Unta's vocals are pretty deranged and fully committed, and I totally appreciate that. But the guitar work is just stunning, and the fact that it's at the forefront just adds to it. And both albums are marked by one simple ballad in each, with congos and on one a piccolo trumpet and a cello and the like. But they're very short and they're very eerie, so they don't really distract from the full-on assault of what they normally do. But Can't Get Through is definitely one of the all-time classics, well worth hearing. I'll post them below. And now, fortunately, as well, we have CD reissues, and two live in the studio tracks have now appeared after all these years, and they're great to have. I'll post those below as well. Um, Obviously, live they were a great band, and it's unfortunate we don't have more material from them. But they're definitely one of the greats of German proto-metal bands. And what a great name, Harry Chapter. Of course, they had two guys in the band named Harry, so I don't know if that's where that came from. But like other German bands, they kind of have a cryptic name, and they totally deliver the goods. And so if you like that kind of sound, that early 1970, 71 sound, the German bands really had it and did it really well. And Harry Chapter is just another one of them. And if you like Harry Chapter, I recommend checking out my videos on Blackwater Park and Night Sun, and I'll do a video on Silberbart coming up. But those Germans really knew how to do it, and it's kind of funny. Out of all the European countries, um, they really came to the forefront, responding to proto-metal bands from the UK, certainly. There's a lot of really cool French bands that actually mine the same territory, but unfortunately, other than late variations, um, a lot of the French bands only managed to put out singles, but they're well worth it too. And I may even do a video on a lot of cool early hard rock proto-metal bands from France, mostly on singles, but a whole umbrella of French hard rock bands from that period is well worth taking a look at. But the Germans, boy, they really handle it, and Harry Chapter is a great example of that. Check them out. I'm Brian Fox. Thanks for watching I Hate Rock Music.